Hi, I'm Ash Miyasaki from Los Angeles, California. I currently work at the Let's Go Disco and Cocktail Club in the Arts District. I've been bartending for about 10 years, and you can find me at Ash Miyasaki on Instagram.
Hey guys, this is Sid Patel, CEO of Beverage Trade Network and Bartender Spirits Awards. I have here Ash Miyasaki here, one of the leading bartenders out of Los Angeles, and we're going to really, talk about the city, what's going on, and a role of a bartender. Ash, thanks for joining me here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great. So let's start with your journey. Give us your career highlight. Like how are you doing? Where you're doing?
So I'm in Los Angeles. I've worked largely kind of more on the east side downtown area of Los Angeles. But in my time behind the bar, I've worked a little bit of everything from dive bar to brewery tap room.
And how many years you've been doing bartending?
About 10 at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's run the whole gamut, different levels of service, fine dining. So yeah.
Let's go right in the role of a bartender, right? Who's a good bartender to you? Define a great bartender.
I think within those different levels of service, being a great bartender means different things in different places. But the one thing that bridges any place that you work is the level of hospitality that you can offer and how much you care about your guests' experience and, making sure that people have a good time and enjoy their drinks, whatever that means, whether that's the beer or whether it's some fancy cocktail that, took so many steps to create and make in the moment. It's always just offering the best experience for wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. And are there any particular trainings that you think that are minimum requirements that you do for your own bar staff when they start?
I mean, it varies from place to place, but bare minimum, you want to have a good handle on your product, be able to talk about it, be able to answer any questions. So that would be sort of the place to start.
So sort of checking the menu, going through the products, learning about it, how to storytell. That is one thing
how to storytell, and then always going back to the hospitality aspect of it.
What about making cocktails and, do you run that? I mean, do you normally learn that while you're on the shift, or you have a dedicated week that you got to make all cocktails, make sure you know it, and then it starts?
It's a little bit of both. There's definitely some homework that comes with coming onto a new bar and joining a new team with a new menu. But then there are also the elements of learning the space and learning the particular tools that you're working with.
True. Different bars would have different kind of set of tools.
And just, you have to acclimate to different energies.
That's true. What has been, one of the key, let's say not one, maybe I'm sure there are 3 or 4 things that has contributed to your success as a bartender? What do you think you particularly did to navigate this far?
Seems basic, but caring about what you're doing and having your own values that give you reasons to care about your job. Caring about the stories that are behind the liquors that you're serving and the people that created those, and caring about your guest and what people like to drink. Practice and always sort of trying to pay attention to all the little details because there are so many in service.
But have you learned anything? Have you did any courses, or did you do anything that added a value to your career immediately?
There's definitely a lot of learning that I've done. I own too many bar books. Anytime anybody comes out with a new cocktail book, and also diving into, I guess, the culinary side of things, learning how to create food, because that relates to not only creating cocktails and combining those flavors, but then also with pairings.
Nice.
So just having a familiarity with that.
Let's talk about Los Angeles, right? Let's do some fun things here. I'm going to ask a question and you just throw in whatever comes out fast, right? So your top 3 bars today in Los Angeles.
Let's see, there's a restaurant with an amazing bar program called Redbird. That's kind of on the edge of downtown, Arts District area. There's so many that I am excited about, but I haven't been able to go to because they're brand new.
You can suggest.
There's a bar that I work at called the Let's Go Disco, and we have a lot of Amaro there, a lot of Amari. So that's always kind of a passion point for me. So I actually really enjoy our bar.
What's the number 1 for cocktail right now going on? I'm sure there are many, but as per you.
There are. Oh, okay. Well, Thunderbolt would be a huge one.
Nice.
Their team over there they're coming up with some really amazing cocktails that are interesting and great in their flavors as well as the techniques behind them.
Got it. Let's go on defining the Los Angeles consumer who comes to the bar versus a New York consumer that goes to the bar, right? What are the differentiation factors that you've noticed?
I don't know. I don't know if I can put my finger on like one thing, but I guess maybe in the spirits that they order. Being in Los Angeles and Southern California, there's a lot of agave consumption. So a lot of tequila, a lot of mezcal, which maybe would be slightly less coming from the East Coasters.
What about drinks scene? Like what cocktails are you seeing emerging in LA?
Definitely the espresso martinis, especially again with the Southern California, Los Angeles thing, the margaritas. Any variation of a margarita is always popular. I guess one thing that I personally appreciate seeing an uptick in is people that enjoy martinis. Because I love a good martini, and I like the craftsmanship that goes into making a really good one.
Got it. So nightclubs versus bars. Do nightclubs, like let's say EDM nightclub, would sell 5x more drinks, or it's just a myth, or a normal bar, neighborhood bar also does the similar volume?
Oh, there's definitely a difference in volume, I think.
What kind of person? I mean, triple, double, 5x? What are we looking for on a Friday and Saturday night?
It depends on the size of the room. It depends on the location.
I mean, let's say both have equal, 400 seating capacities.
I think if we're just talking straight volume, the club's always going to sell more. It's the
2x,
style of
3x
service, always tends to be a lot more turn and burn, and the drinks are crafted to be made quicker, so you can get them out quicker. So I don't know, probably at least 4 or 5 times as many individual cocktails. Yeah.
Understood. Any have you worked in a nightclub?
I have. It's been a long time, but yes.
So I'm sure. So do people get paid more money in working in nightclub versus bars? Because obviously that's more like action. That's what I'm assuming.
I probably just by the sheer volume of drinks that they're pumping out. Probably, yeah.
Cool.